Picture this. Right now, you can create fire in 2 seconds, flick a lighter, strike a match, done. But rewind a million years and humans were terrified of fire. They ran from it. They died from it. So here's the question that keeps scientists up at night. Who was the first person brave enough to not run away? Who was the first human to look at the thing that destroys everything it touches and think, I should hold that? Because here's what makes this absolutely mind-blowing. That moment, whenever it happened, changed everything. A 2016 study from the University of Utah found that cooking food with fire literally reshaped our brains, giving us 86 billion neurons compared to just 28 billion in chimpanzees. Fire didn't just warm us up, it made us human. And by the way, if questions like this keep you up at night, hit that subscribe button. Drop your burning questions in the comments, and I'll answer them in the next video. Now here's where it gets tricky. We don't know who discovered fire because discovery is the wrong word entirely. Fire wasn't invented. It was everywhere. Lightning strikes, volcanic eruptions, spontaneous combustion, and dry grasslands. Early humans saw fire constantly. They just didn't control it. The real question is, who was the first to capture it? To keep it alive? To carry it from place to place like the most dangerous pet in history? Archaeologists have found the oldest evidence of controlled fire at a site called Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa. The ash and burned bones there? 1 million years old. But here's what blows my mind. Those weren't even Homo sapiens. They were Homo erectus, a completely different human species that went extinct hundreds of thousands of years ago. You're not descended from the people who first controlled fire. Nobody alive today is, but that's not all. A 2018 analysis from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem examined microscopic ash particles at sites across Africa and the Middle East. What they found suggests that fire wasn't discovered once. It was discovered, lost, and rediscovered dozens of times over hundreds of thousands of years. Why? Because keeping fire alive is brutally hard. Think about it. You can't let it go out at night. You can't let rain touch it. You can't move too fast or the wind kills it. And you definitely can't just restart it whenever you want. Because creating fire from scratch without modern tools takes serious skill. A 2012 experiment by anthropologists at the University of Colorado found that even trained survival experts need 30 minutes of continuous effort to create fire by friction. And that's with practice and perfect conditions. Now let me ask you something. What if you're a small group of Homo erectus living 900,000 years ago and your fire goes out? The person who knew how to make it just died from an infected wound. The technique dies with them. Your group goes back to eating raw meat and freezing at night. Fire disappears from your world entirely, maybe for generations, until someone figures it out again or steals it from another group. Now here's the part no one talks about. We have no idea how they first created fire intentionally. The hand drill method where you spin a stick really fast against wood? That requires coordination, patience, and understanding of friction heat. Striking rocks together to make sparks? You need to know which specific rocks work, pyrite or flint, and hit them at exactly the right angle. These aren't things you stumble into by accident. A 2004 study published in Current Anthropology suggests something fascinating. Fire may have been stolen before it was made. Early humans might have taken smoldering branches from natural wildfires and kept them alive for weeks, passing the embers from camp to camp, generation to generation, like an Olympic torch that could never go out. Making fire came later, possibly hundreds of thousands of years later, and here's what really gets me. There's evidence that Neanderthals, our evolutionary cousins, also controlled fire. So did Homo heidelbergensis. Multiple human species, separated by hundreds of thousands of years and thousands of miles, all figured this out independently. Fire wasn't discovered by one genius. It was discovered by humanity itself, again and again, through trial and error and probably a lot of burned hands. By 300,000 years ago, something shifted. Archaeological sites from Europe to Asia show consistent fire use. Hearths appear, carefully constructed fire pits with rocks arranged in circles. These aren't accidents. These are people who've mastered fire so completely they're building furniture for it. So here's the beautiful truth. There was no first human to discover fire. There were thousands of first humans, scattered across hundreds of thousands of years, each one taking a small step toward control. One person kept embers alive overnight. Another figured out which wood burns longest. Someone else discovered that blowing on coals makes them hotter. Fire wasn't discovered. It was domesticated, one cautious generation at a time. And maybe that's more impressive than one genius inventor. Because it means fire belongs to all of us, passed down through a million years of humans brave enough to hold the thing that should destroy them. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all the answers to all the questions that are on your mind.